adventure, excitement.
Good morning, YouTube. I was going to head out and fly some of these birds today, but
Too windy!
so here we are with another idea for a video. I thought I would take advantage of the fact that some of these are still in their original bodies, so I would point out the differences, and I'm thinking I'm going to fire them up individually and let you hear what they sound like, and then you can do a comparison for yourself. So what are we looking at? We are looking at my stock QX200 with the extra long landing gear that allows for mounting a camera. We're looking at the Heli Max carbon fiber upgrade kit installed by Mr. Brett at Cellar Dweller Hobby Supply, and it just looks wonderful. In the back row we have the QX3 with the extra long landing gears and the GoPro mount and the extended GPS mast, which makes locking to multiple satellites much quicker and much easier, but also makes it much easier to break that sucker off in a tip over. And in the middle we have the QX2 that has been upgraded with the Heli Max carbon fiber frame, and it's looking good, although I'm a little concerned about the exposed compass and receiver on top, but I think a do-it-yourself mad scientist canopy type thing is in the making. And we have stock QX2 that I've added some red tape on the front to augment the red propellers and just give me a better visual from far away. I'd also like to point out that both of these Heli Max carbon fiber frames, they have wing nuts on the underside, and allowing you to fold in the arms and adjust the arm position should you desire. But I've got them fully extended. They fit in my cases just perfectly like that. So for now, I'm going to leave them just like that. And I'm going to pop my head out the window for a sec, out the door, and see what the conditions are like and if it's
Still too windy!
all right. I'm back, and it's still too windy, as you saw. So I'm going to get some batteries going and fire these guys up and just let you listen to the comparison between how they sound. Stay tuned. Right back. All right, we are back with the stock version of the QX350 version 2 with the plastic body, and we're going to fire up these propellers and just have a quick listen to how it sounds with this plastic body, and then do a direct comparison to the Heli Max upgrade of the same version. Actually sounds pretty smooth. That should do it. We can clearly hear that it sounds quite nice. And we're going to do a comparison to the carbon fiber upgrade right away. So let's just throttle down here, disarm the motors, and we'll be back in a second. Okay, we have returned with the Micro Heli upgrade for the same version of the previous video you just saw, the QX350 version 2. And I'm going to fire this particular quad up and see if there's any noticeable difference with a different frame. Same motors, every component is the same. The only thing that has changed is the frame. Let's see how it sounds. I think you'd agree right off the bat it sounds a lot smoother. And I have to tell you, kudos to Brett at Cellar Dweller. He is meticulous, he is very, very organized, and he did a great job on this. Thank you so much. I just love the way that sounds. Gonna throttle down here on the trim and disarm it. And there you go. Very, very nice. Let's move on to the stock QX 350 version 3 with the extended GPS mast. Alrighty, and as promised, here we are with the QX 350 version 3 GPS disabled, and I'm just going to go ahead and arm the motors here and let you have a listen to what they sound like. Well, they sound pretty serious, eh? And there you have it. Much higher spinning rate, and they sound pretty good, but it's a little bit frightening to have them spinning that voraciously. And I attribute it to the fact that it's bound to this DX4 with the throttle stick is halfway up, so it seems to have some effect on low throttle. It doesn't seem to be quite as subdued on startup as the other ones. In fact, there was a little bit of fear that it was going to take off, so I quickly shut off the transmitter and disarmed the motors. So this is definitely one quad that you want to be outdoors with, but of course I couldn't get outside today because
Still too windy!
Okay, we are back, and it is time for the QX200 comparison. Carbon fiber frame versus factory plastic, break if you look at it frame. Oh, I looked at it, it broke. I'm just kidding. I'm not bitter about how quick they break. If I didn't crash, they wouldn't break so fast. Anyway, going to turn on the DX5E here, bind it up to this QX200, and we'll listen to the motors for a bit. It sounds like we have contact. We do. I mean, you can tell by switching through the modes and seeing the colors change: green, blue, and red. Never red. Not ready for that. So I think I'll do the infamous throttle up down thing till I get the happy tone. And start the engines. Personally, I don't really care for the sound of that. Looks like the rubber trim is out a bit. There you go, it was. Did you hear that? I trimmed it up. I guess it got moved while I was moving. Well, that's a lot smoother with the rudder trim centered. Definitely has a definite pitch whine to it. But overall, I've flown this particular one. I just picked it up on a clearance sale, and it flies fantastic. So make no mistake, there's nothing wrong with the 200 QX factory body. It's just a little brittle. So let's disarm that, and we'll move on to the carbon fiber frame. And we are back. We are back with what is currently one of my absolute favorite quads. I flew this at the Dome the other day, and oh my goodness, it's just wonderful, and is actually a little bit fast for the Dome and a restricted indoor space, but so you got to be careful. I was kind of just cruising and taking it easy, but what do you say we arm this little beast and have a listen. Fire up the DX5E once again. Wait for the happy tone. There it is. We got solid blue, and I should be able to do the little throttle trim thing. And we have motors. And I think you'll agree that it sounds a lot quieter right off the bat. Very quiet. You can attribute that to the skills of Brett at Cellar Dweller. As I mentioned in the previous video, he is my RC mechanic. I really trust him. Not to leave out Jim Holland and Jerry Fingler of Cellar Dweller either. who both obviously have a ton of experience and, are no slouches either. They've done plenty of repairs for me as well. But Brett just seems to be more into doing these carbon fiber molds. I guess after you've been in the hobby for a long time, it's, I'm a newbie, so things are exciting to me that I might be a little bit ignorant to them. Regardless, I'm pretty happy with my carbon fiber frames, and I believe that all my 2Xs, well, except for maybe the 3 until I break it, will all inherit new bodies. So I'll stop talking and let you listen to those wonderful TV 1100 flush